Now is the time! We have reached the end of February. We have played quite a few games that month as well, more than were originally on the schedule at least. So let's cut into the calendar and let's go see how we did. So that's this month. We opened against Swindon, 0-0 draw. The new strikers just couldn't get it moving there, but it's alright. There's more to come. The second leg of the Checkatrade Trophy here, 1-0 win away from home. Our new strikers finally combined. Hopper set up Miranda, and we got the goal that put us into the final. That will be the first match of April, and yes, that will be on camera. That's a big one. Next one, Shrewsbury. It was a tough match. We did get the 2-1 win. Watson scored in style early on, but Turley made a massive gaffe in the back to put the ball in his own net. But Jackson leaps late to head in an epic winner in that match. Next league game against the Dons on the road, still 0-0. That's the team that we play against in the final of the Checkatrade Trophy. Both games 0-0. They do not like to play football. I do not know how they are so high in the table. They park the bus and just pass the ball around the back for 90 minutes. But there's just nothing fun to be said out of that. And we'll try something different against them in the Checkatrade Trophy, see if we can break them down. So then we went on to the FA Cup match, 1-0 over Oxford. That one's actually on camera, so if you want to see how that match went up, I'm not going to do any more spoilers besides the score. Go check that out, it's the previous video. Then Gillingham, 0-0, still can't quite find a good rhythm, although they did park the bus. They were a bit reckless, had a man sent off towards the end, and we still couldn't break them down. But different story against Chesterfield. Hopper gets his first goal notched up, set up by Jackson, and then Jackson leaps to head in a free kick from Aljur, so his set-piece abilities begin to show through. And that finishes up the month. Let's have a quick look at the table over here. You can see that we're staying on top. 10-point lead, not as good as last month, but we've had some stumbling blocks when it comes to scoring goals, so we haven't been able to win as many matches. We still have a comfortable lead. There's only 12 league matches left, and we have a 10-point lead, so as long as we can keep not losing, that guarantees us another 12 points on top of the 10 lead that we have. So 22 points out of, 12 games? That's just under 2 per game. That's where you need to be at the top end of the table. So we've got enough cushion. As long as we can draw every game, we should be in good position to win the league. A couple more wins would pretty much secure that. Rotherham and the Dons have been flip-flopping for the last few weeks on who's in second, and I haven't been paying much attention to the teams below that. What else do we have? Youth players to talk about? Not a whole lot coming in yet. We've got 3 scouts out there. There's a couple of interesting prospects, but nothing that makes me go, yes, I want to sign them right now. But there may be a few. It just takes some time to learn more about them. We'll take a quick look at the finances, see how we're doing. We are on track to hit $7.5 million in profit this season, and that doesn't count. Let's see. With that, our expenses are barely a quarter of the money moving around, and projection is to be 14.74 million. That's the club worth at the end. So we're doing pretty well. Our earnings mostly from transfers now. We made 4 big sales. Reeves, Bailey, Morris, and Elliott. All the lowest one was just over $1 million. So some good money there. Get in the bank. The rest of it's doing pretty well. Our expenses, we brought in some players, transfers jumped up there. And then, of course, wages are always going to be a big part. We started spending more on the scouting network once we got extra money as well, and I think I will spend a bit more towards the end of the season on that as well. Quick look over here. Prize money coming in from the cup matches. Our top 3 players, according to the fans, are King, Mendez-Lang, and Mickelbust. And I don't 100% agree with King and Mendez-Lang since they don't really create a whole lot, but if that's what they want, we'll play them and take the money. Alright, not much on the squad we need to highlight right now. We're still trying to build up the chemistry after swapping a few players around in the transfer window. So that should be about it. Like the video if you enjoyed the content that we've put out today. Comments are always welcome. What do you think of the team? What do you think about the results? If you have any suggestions on how to handle the upcoming things, let me know. Speaking of upcoming things, this month's schedule, we open against Bristol Rovers at home right there. Well, there's the big one. That'll probably be another one on camera. The quarterfinal in the FA Cup against Man City. We'll probably get knocked out of that one, but, you know, underdog stuff and, you know, exciting things can happen. But before that, we also have another league match against Walsall. A week off after Man City before we come back to play Coventry. Then we have Barnsley away, Southend away, and Scunthorpe at home. That rounds out a 7-match schedule for that month. We've got 7 more matches. Yep, 7 more for April, and that doesn't count if we can win the FA Cup match. But 14 matches left on the schedule, 12 league, the 2 cup matches, and that will end our second season, unless we somehow manage to beat Man City. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and don't forget, link in the description to the poll where you vote for what team I play in the FIFA 18 career mode. It will probably be on camera, although I'm learning that maybe I can do a few matches on camera. I just don't have time for every single one like I did with that first year on YouTube. So look for a hybrid of what I started out doing this series on, some monthly updates in just menus, looking at results and tables and stuff, and a few important matches on camera as well. So if you ever see one of these month to come videos, I'll go back to March so you guys can see what matches are coming up. If there's one of those that you want to see on camera, leave that in a comment. That I'll listen to that and I can put another match on camera if I have the time for it. But definitely the one to look for this month is the Man City FA Cup quarterfinal. With that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to vote for the FIFA 18 team once more. Those are Forest Green Rovers, Newport County, Wycombe Wanderers, and Port Vale. Choose your favorite, leave a vote in the poll, the link is in the description, and we'll count those up towards, somewhere towards release date, which we do have a concrete release date for FIFA 18, September 29th. Probably a Tuesday, because that's when most games come out, or maybe it's a Friday. Whichever it is, it'll be cool. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.